What's up, vegans and pre-vegans? Coming back today with another video, and today we're gonna talk about vegans we ate at a steakhouse. Don't tell the vegan, please. Anyway, when I first took over this group in my area called Veg Dover, one of the things I first did was talk to the local casino because I've been there several times after becoming vegan, and they have a buffet there, and the buffet always had a lot of surprisingly vegan things on it. Obviously, it was more in the salad area, the bean salads and things along those lines. They had vegan sushi and stuff like that, so I always found stuff that I could eat at their buffet. And so I wanted to reach out to them and ask them what specifically they had on the buffet that was vegan. So I actually contacted them through Twitter, and we exchanged some tweets back and forth, and then they contacted me through a direct message and said that the executive chef of Dover Downs wanted to talk to me because he wanted to do something special for the group. So we talked, and I went in and met with them, and discussed some ideas. And so they made a menu for us at their buffet, and they brought everything to our table, and then they marked things on the buffet that were explicitly vegan with a V. So that was very cool. So we got served at our table, but we could also go up to the buffet and get things that were up there. And they made some really good vegan sushi and this cauliflower hummus and some other really good stuff. So that was really cool. And from there, we just continued talking. And so a couple months later, we went back and we went to their Italian restaurants because Dover Downs has 3 or 4 or 5 restaurants in there. So we went back to their Italian restaurant. And they did again. They had like some really good dishes. They got very creative. In fact, the executive chef was telling me that they actually have meetings now about future menu items that they can make for us that are vegan, and they really think about this stuff. So the Italian restaurant was really cool, and we had more people come out to that one than we did the first one. So we had an increased attendance, and so the chef had been saying, "Oh, we have this really great brunch buffet at the Steakhouse." And so he was like, "But we could do an all vegan buffet or all vegan brunch." And I was like, "Well, that would be cool, So we talked about it. About a year later, we worked it out. I went in and met with them. We kind of went over things, and they turned out this amazing vegan brunch. I mean, cauliflower steaks and a vegetable terrain, cauliflower hummus again because so many people liked it. It was so good. They had pastries. They researched aquafaba. They had these sticky buns, and it was so good. I mean, it was so good. And we had like 40 people come out to that one. So in that time period, the chef who was doing this for us is the head chef for the steakhouse, and he had met the only other chef owner in Delaware who has an all vegan place called Drop Squad Kitchen in Wilmington. Those two had met because I kind of told him to see her when she was at Dover Downs because her restaurant won Best of Delaware. So they connected, and he went up there to her place, and she taught him some things, and then she came down and did some stuff at the casino for his staff. And so they've got this cool little partnership going on. Not a partnership, but whatever. They work together. And so he actually teaches a vegan/vegetarian culinary class now. Sorry, just checking on the dog. And I don't know if it's at Dover Downs or if it's somewhere in the area and whatnot, but so he's getting really good at this, and he's really been like perfecting his seitan recipes. So that was last September. We did the first brunch. So just last weekend we did our second brunch there. Man, it was amazing. I mean, he really goes above and beyond to make some really creative dishes, and everything he did had some kind of seitan in it. So I'll let him explain it in more detail with a video that I took of him later. But he made stuffed peppers with ground seitan in it. He made these orange curry meatballs that were made of seitan. He made this black bean chili that had seitan in it. So good. They had these little fruit tarts for dessert that was like crumble walnuts with, the crust was like a crumble walnut with coconut shreds, and then there was like a layer of coconut cream, and then there was sliced up fruits on top of it with like this apricot jelly. I ate like 3 of those. It was so friggin' good. And we had a great turnout. We had people come from northern Delaware, southern Delaware. I think we even had people come from Philadelphia. We had like, I don't know, maybe 80 people come. In fact, we overflowed the room that they had set aside for us, so they actually had to put people into the actual steakhouse proper. And one of the other cool things was that the vegan stuff was contained right to our area, but there was still stuff out in the rest of the brunch that was vegan, so they marked that stuff with a V again. So there was like potatoes and other salads out there that we could go to, but the main brunch that was happening was all animal products and stuff like that. But they don't charge us anymore. They charge us the same amount that they charge the people that are eating the animals. So that's very cool. Just a really cool chef. He really takes this seriously. Unfortunately, I can't get him to add anything to the menu. I keep trying, but they keep saying, "Oh, this is a meat and potatoes town," but it's really not. I mean, every time we come, sure, there's a lot of meat and potatoes eaters, but every time we've come there's been more and more and more people coming. And we actually had people that I think were from the brunch proper, the animal brunch, coming over and eating some of our vegan stuff. They were infiltrating our stuff. But that's cool. I mean, if they're eating vegan stuff and they're not eating an animal, hey, fine by me. But they're really cool. Maybe one day they'll add some of this stuff. Maybe even just one dish. Just try it. Last year he did this pepper steak that was so friggin' good. He's really gotten good with his recipes, and they love doing it for us. All I have to do is shoot them an email, be like, "Hey chef, let's do another brunch, or let's go to this restaurant, or let's go to that restaurant," and they're like, "Boom, let's do it." And they never complain, they never fight me, they never nothing. Just a really cool group. So I can't thank them enough. I know it's a steakhouse, but they're doing vegan stuff for us, so that's the important part, if you ask me. People could disagree with that. I don't care. This is what I do. So without further ado, I'm going to let Chef John Flamer explain some of the dishes that he made. I also did a little video that I'm going to run before that, just of the dishes, and then he's going to explain what he made. So I can't thank them enough. Dover Downs Hotel and Casino, Dover, Delaware, Michele Steakhouse, fantastic job. We appreciate it, and we'll definitely be coming back for another vegan brunch.
All right. I'm Chef Jonathan Flamer. I'm working at Michele's at Dover Downs Hotel Casino. I'm the chef manager there. This is my third annual vegan brunch that we're doing for Veg Dover, Wilmington, and Rehoboth. So I'm starting off with the stuffed peppers. I worked on the seitan using pureed carrots and tomatoes. I stuffed the peppers, did a nice little marinara, and used vegan mozzarella. I stirred the rice in and make it like a dirty type of rice, and I stuffed it with that and accompanied it with it. So you should see that in the video earlier on. Going on to the seitan meatballs. I made a seitan. I fire roasted them to get a nice seal on them, and then I braised them down until they was fork tender. And I served it in the curry orange barbecue sauce. Going on to the salads and the charcuterie. I took some of the seitans and shaved it real thin with grilled tofu. I got white truffle oil and pepper oil being served with that, with baby kale and a little bit of arugula. Over here we have a maceration of grapes that's been served in a gas streak with the fruit. This is a nice salad. It sat overnight, so it took on a lot of the flavors from the vegetables and the vinegar that was soaking in. Over here was a vegan-friendly pasta kale salad. I used a vegan mayonnaise, in which I made a Dijonnaise out of, and incorporated a lot of heirloom tomatoes as well as baby kale. Going on to the black bean, I also used the seitan in this. I sauteed this up before boiling it. I actually put it in the pan, sauteed the raw dough up until it broke down, got nice char marks on it, and then I soaked it down with the black beans and all the vegetation with the cumin and all the seasons I used to get this nice rich chili. And going on to this is just a classic. This is the tofu scramble. Nice peppers, onions, some vegan-friendly butter, a little salt and pepper to the palate. Coming over to the dessert side, we did a crust using pecans and coconuts. We use coconut cream as the custard, an apricot glaze to mark the fruit to keep that nice juices in and give it a nice glaze. And for the chocolate custard, I did avocado. I broke it down with a little bit of coconut milk, added some fresh cocoa powder and a little bit of corn syrup to give it that elasticity that I needed, and it holds up nicely. That's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, Chef.
It's not a problem.
And so there you have it. That's Chef explaining his dishes. Like I said, super cool, super great guy, super nice. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you hate me, you hate everything about me, and you hate vegans, give it a thumbs down, but that's just on you. Share it, leave a comment, let me know what you think. So, yeah, until next time, see ya.